Hello, welcome to another Map Business Online video presentation. We're just going to talk a little bit about a question we had via email this morning from what I think is a realtor. They want to put a 50-mile radius around a city and include city names and highways. Seems like a pretty simple request. So I would open up Map Business Online just like this. I'd make sure my map and data, manage map and data box was open, which is that little arrow on the left right there. So I got my layers there. He wanted counties to be on there, so I would turn counties on, and you can go in and adjust your county layer to have red boundaries, blue boundaries. So you click that little edit gear, and then you can format your county boundaries. Make the boundaries thicker, make them red. I've got them red. And then up here, I'm going to go Springfield, Illinois. So he wanted to drill into a city and make a 50-mile radius. So when you input a city or an address up here, it puts a point on the map, you get a little toolbar, and the radius and drive time options are right there. I'm going to just click that radius option. I can put whatever distance I want. This particular person was interested in 50 miles, so I've selected a 50-mile radius, and if I pull back, you'll see a 50-mile radius will appear. And let's pull back a little bit further. There it is. So now we've got counties, 50-mile radius. I've got my radius set for transparent. I could make it opaque with different colors, but I kind of like the pink set to transparent because it's relatively see-through, but it also is close to the surrounding just general county areas. Our counties are delineated by red boundaries, as I mentioned before, and we wanted to also include cities. So I'm going up here to my premium layer that's available in the full subscription and in the team subscription. I'm going to add city limits. And another premium layer that seemed to be of interest for this particular user was highways. And I can see highways on the map with my regular map view, but when I add the highway layer, I get those route numbers that are pretty explicit in terms of explaining what highway is what, and that's kind of nice. Now for this particular map view, I could just use my little zoom tool over here on the left. I selected that little zoom tool to zoom in a little bit better. Now those were the functions that he asked to be shown on the map, but I can add some other information. So a realtor might be interested in some demographic data. So the city limits, you can see the limits are shown in that beige. And as you drill in, you'll find there are more details in terms of those cities. So you drill in and those smaller cities come into view. Now I'm going to just zoom back out to that 50-mile radius view. So that's how you might see more detail on cities. But we could also add demographic data to the city labels. And that in and of itself is quite an advantage where you've got that reference data. So I'm going to format my labels. So where I'm going, just to give you that again, in map and data, I'm going to city limits. I'm clicking on the edit gear. I'm choosing labels and formatting labels, and I'm making sure that I select auto labels. And then down below, I'm going to choose from my demographic data. I've got a whole bunch of information there. And if I had imported my own real estate data, it would show as an option there. So I could use that to label information as well. But I'm just going to choose the first thing that comes up, which is population. Put a little POP here, and I'm going to go down. And my next one, I'm going to choose median income, if I can find it quickly for you. So let's just zoom down, scroll down. There's age, and there's median income. And so I would put a little bit of information, like I might add just INC so people see that it's income with a colon there, and then a space. And then maybe there's one more piece of data that I might want to add out of my demographic data. And there's quite a bit of information in there. If I went to demographic data and I scroll down through it all, let's go down past the projections. 2017 and 2016 have not been released by the census, so that's projection data. But I think if we went to 2015, we're now into census data, and we may find more interesting information at that census level as opposed to projections. So there's education, there's different occupation information here. housing units. Now you're into real estate, so maybe you're into all of the units that are renter occupied. So we could say house units rent, like that. However it makes sense to your particular readers. So now your town labels have got populations, median income, and a little bit about rentals included in the information that you've got. You can share this as an interactive web map. So that's this button right here. So if you wanted to share it with your constituents, you can easily do that. There's very little cost to that. For the most part, it's free in Map Business Online, unless you want to make it public. And then you could also save that map as an image file. So let's do that. I'm going to just save that as a PNG file, and we'll call that, I'm going to save that image out to my desktop somewhere, my picture file, and we'll call that real estate. Clever name from a clever guy. So now I've got that image that I can work with. So lots of ways to print, share, and get images of your map view. Go to mapbusinessonline.com and take our free trial. Cities, highways are not available in the free trial like this. You'd have to have the full subscription. Go to mapbusinessonline.com. Thanks.